fight commentary breakdowns. And this is Jonathan. That's the Swedish fighter. Mm-hmm. The Philippines is so funny because sometimes they put the Swiss flag when he fights. They don't understand Sweden and Switzerland are different. The reason I got to know him was because Fight Commentary Breakdown's most viral video had a 3-versus-3 MMA freak show fight, and he fought one of the guys in that fight in the earlier days.
Oh, wow.
So he saw that 3-versus-3 troll breakdown. He's like, oh, Jerry, by the way, I fought one of those guys. I'm still in touch with him. I asked him if he has any more that he wants to show us, so he sent us these two. So this is him in the Philippines. He's a professional fighter in the Philippines. Look at that. He's got pretty good ground control.
Full
pulling
guard.
the guard.
He's breaking the posture, which is good. Covering up.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Very good.
Went
Preventing
right
ground
leg.
and pound.
Yeah, went right for the leg.
Oof.
This Filipino fighter is very, very forceful, very good. Mm-hmm. He's actually got a really decent base. He hasn't been swept yet, which is pretty darn good. Jonathan is pretty darn good at attacking that leg.
Yeah.
Look, he's going for the knee bar. Got the knee bar. He's...
wow.
Tapped?
Wow.
Very fast. Very fast. He's looking at the ref like, why didn't you stop it?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, he must have heard it pop a couple times.
Oh.
There's nothing more scary. I mean, like, a wrist lock is scary too, but man, a knee bar is scary.
Oh my goodness, I believe that. I mean, it's your knee, man.
Scary feeling. You're like, oh wow, I could not walk really well for the rest of my life. Yeah, wrist locks are scary just because you're like, oh man, what if I didn't have my hand?
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
But yeah, so this is really good pressure on him. So he does a really good job of posturing up right there, and then Jonathan does a good job of covering up.
Yep.
And he goes to wrap the leg here. Mm-hmm. The Filipino, he scrambles out. Mm-hmm. Jorlan scrambles out. Mm-hmm.
And look at that. He almost stacks. Stacks.
Oh, yeah. Jorlan does a really good job of avoiding the triangle. You know, he's obviously very cognizant of the triangle. Jonathan's...
I love, though, he turns his legs low. He knows a lot about the leg shield.
Totally, yeah.
So, very good at
he's isolated the leg here. He could go for a heel hook here if he desires. He goes to the outside, shifts to the outside, wraps it up, and goes for the knee bar.
And right there.
Very, very good.
Look at, he doesn't tap immediately. Jorlan,
no.
like, he's looking at the ref like, stop this, but shouldn't you tap first before you look at the ref?
But I think he was also wondering if this guy, like, sometimes people can get to a position, but they lack the experience for the finish.
Oh.
So sometimes when you get to that position, you're like, well, is this guy really gonna crank it? Does he really understand how to get the pressure to get the finish? And so I think that might have been what he was thinking, was like, maybe I can get out of this, you know? Because there certainly are escapes to that. You have to act quickly, but there certainly are escapes to that. One of them being basically put your heel in the butt, and as long as you can get your knee past the fulcrum, then it's safe. But yeah, in that case, he didn't make any moves to escape, because I think he was wondering whether or not this person actually understood the mechanics of it.
Makes sense. It reminds me of that TFC fight we broke down back in the day, where that American guy was really good at setting up all these leg attacks, but he couldn't finish them. Remember that? So maybe the Filipino fighter was thinking along the same lines, like, maybe this guy's good at setting up stuff, but he can't finish it.
Definitely.
So, but Jonathan, congrats on winning this fight.
Yeah, that was a really, really efficient, good job.
And this is South Asian Fighting Championship, so I believe actually Jonathan's fighting the same guy. I could be wrong.
So this is
Jorlan. Yeah, it's the same guy.
Nice.
It's the same guy. Okay, so it's the same guy. I don't know if this is a rematch or the one we saw before was the rematch. Jonathan, man, what got you to go from Sweden to the Philippines to become a professional MMA fighter? It's such an interesting story.
Very fascinating.
Yeah.
Filipinos are tough, man.
Yeah.
They're really tough people.
Agreed. I mean, they've been fighting off invaders for a long time. Fighting off Spanish, fighting off Japanese, fighting off Americans. Well, it was Spanish, then Americans, then Japanese, then Americans again. And I believe Genghis might have sent some raids down there, but they might have not reached the Philippines. Might have only reached Java. So, but I mean, just you can tell from their martial arts, it's very adapted, very tested.
And brutal.
Brutal, yep. Dude, the more than half the video is just the announcer. That's why this channel never got anywhere. See, look at this. They only have 100 subscribers because you spend most of the video announcing.
Wow, that would be so distracting to fight in an environment
look at
like that. The
Seizure.
Strobe.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you supposed to focus on your opponent?
Maybe it's an advantage for Asians because our eyes are smaller. Guys, when I joke like that.
They didn't. Hey, go back to it. That's so crazy.
They turned off the strobe. Jonathan's keeping the forward pressure this time.
Whoa.
There's a little telegraph right there.
Yeah. He's like, what are you going to do if I try and kick you in the midsection?
Ooh, nice.
Good response.
Yeah.
Was his name Jorlan?
Jorlan, yeah.
Yeah, Jorlan.
Or Jordan.
Jordan's got hands.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow. Body kick. That body kick was
Jonathan got
nasty.
the leg. He's going to take him down. Yep,
Man.
he's going to take him down.
Jolin's body kick
got the
was
back.
nasty.
Yeah, that was a humongous body kick. Look at good little trip.
Very good on the back take here.
Yep.
Get you setting the hooks. He's got the hooks set. Hammer fist.
You're allowed to hit the back of the head? Or maybe
he's trying to go
hitting
to the side. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Oh, he's got it, man.
Yeah, this is really good smothering. He's not very secure.
Yeah.
If he wanted to.
Like that.
There
That's
you
what I was
go.
thinking.
Now that's much better. He's got the seatbelt. Looks like he's got the seatbelt going.
He slipped out.
Jorlan, good job in the reversal here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's about to give up his heel, though. Gotta be careful with that.
Definitely. Especially with a leg attack person like Jonathan. I think Jonathan's already kind of setting it up a little.
Yeah, he is. He's waiting. He's got that, lacing it up.
Yep.
He's
trying. He's
gotta
trying.
be careful with that.
Oh!
Gotta get it out. His knee is out. He's okay. I guess the referee stood them up.
Oh, interesting.
Jorlan's got heavy hands, man.
Yeah.
Look at him swinging. Bam. He doesn't care at all. He's like, I'm throwing these bad boys.
Ooh.
That Muay Thai kick, that midsection.
Yep.
Shoo.
I think the thing about what Jorlan's doing is he's going to tire himself out a little if he keeps doing this.
He's got full power on everything.
Yep.
Everything he's throwing, he throws 100.
And maybe Jonathan's trying to conserve himself a little bit more.
That's the ticket, man.
Yeah.
If you ever watch like really amazing fighters like Lomachenko, they pepper, and then they come up with a power shot. Good. Oh, wow. Great head kick by Jonathan there. And he shoots. Jonathan does a really good job of mixing it up.
Yeah.
He'll strike, and then all of a sudden he'll try to grapple.
Like that.
Oh, Jolin's broken. He gave up.
Wow.
You could tell he gave up.
Wow.
His will was broken.
I guess, dude, and part of it might have been he kind of gassed out. You never know.
I mean, that was an amazing body kick right there. Whew.
And then this is the first time Jonathan takes him down.
Mm-hmm. Out of desperation because that body kick sucked.
Probably hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
And then I love the oh, no, this is not the trip. I think it was the trip that we saw.
So Jorlan actually had an opportunity to roll for a knee bar there. He didn't do it.
Look at that trip.
Yeah. Just sit down, yeah.
Yeah. If you guys watched the video I shot at Juan BJJ, he teaches that trip to his students.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so interesting because, you know, in jiu-jitsu, you could turtle up to prevent him from getting the hooks in. Mm-hmm. But this is MMA. He's pounding you, too.
Right.
So, like, you have to think about defenses.
You got to turn into him.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line is you always want to face your opponent. And even if he's in full mount, you face your opponent. Mm-hmm. Don't ever give up your back.
Yeah.
It's better to... I know it sounds terrible, but it's better to get punched in the face than to have somebody on your back.
Yeah, agreed. So, I mean, what could he have done, the guy on the bottom, Jorlan, to get Jonathan off him?
Okay, so what I would do in this situation is, of course, the one thing you really want to do is you want to get their hooks out.
Makes sense.
So what you would do is you would straighten your leg, you kick your leg up and out, kind of like what you would imagine like a horse would do, right? So you kick your leg up and out so that your hip basically flattens out, and you get your leg on the inside of their leg so that their hook is out.
Makes sense.
The other thing what you want to do is you want to do 2 hands on one for their wrist, and then you hold their arm like a baseball bat, and you go from the seatbelt position, which is where they've got one arm across your neck.
Kind of like that.
And you bring it to the other side of your head.
Makes sense.
So that your neck is no longer on the inside of their arms.
Makes sense.
And you keep their hands close to your chest. Mm-hmm. You have their arm close to your chest like a baseball bat.
So you bring it like that, I see. But you're kind of setting yourself up for a Darce choke or something like that, right?
Actually, in that position, you're safe.
Okay.
Only because you're not safe from miscellaneous strikes, right, from the other arm, but it's actually quite difficult to strike like, let's say your arm is controlled and it's on the opposite side of their neck, and their head is here, basically in your armpit, by your tricep. It's not as easy to punch them.
It's true.
Because you're going across your body to do that, and by the time it hits them, your punch has already traveled basically across your range of motion.
Wow.
But
Makes sense.
And then once you have that, you roll. Once your leg is free, you've removed the danger of the choke. You roll, and then you're out of it.
That makes sense. And this was the second time. And this is when we noticed that Jorlan was going all out.
He's going for the kill.
Yeah.
Good body shot there. Yeah. He's got good power. He just needs to, like, take a breather for a second there, recalibrate, come back in. Woof! That was nasty. Now, see, every time he gets in trouble, every time Jonathan gets in trouble, he tries to clinch, tries to close the distance. So I think he got hit right in the chin there, and he wanted nothing to do with Jorlan. Again, he got tagged there.
Yep.
See, he clinches.
Yep.
He's like, got to grab this guy.
Yep.
Oh, I think Jorlan got lit up right there.
Yep. Yep.
I think that knee hit him, and I think that hook hit him.
Yep.
And then Jonathan goes in. He smells blood here.
Yep. So interesting how tides of a battle turn so quickly.
Yeah.
That hook that Jonathan ate, if Jorlan followed up, it could have turned again.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
So it's like, right now Jonathan has the advantage, but I saw a point where Jorlan could have turned it around too. And then this is when he just gives up, like you said. Look at him. You can tell. He's just like...
Yeah. His will is broken right here.
Yep.
Because he thought, man, I can't out-wrestle this guy.
Yep.
I can't get back to my feet. And he gave up. That's why he turtled up.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah, one of the first things that I ever learned when I first started training MMA was there's a 3 finish combo that you rotate from armbar to triangle, back to gogoplata, and then back to the armbar, back to the triangle, back to the gogoplata. And basically what happens is they spend all this energy trying to get out of those attacks, and you're just rotating, you're recycling them. You're just rotating through them. And so by the second rotation, where they're like, man, I'm back in the gogoplata, I'm back in the omoplata, their will has been broken.
Yeah.
Because they know that they've only got like maybe 2 more real strong efforts before they have no energy left. And so by that time, they're already starting to second guess themselves. It's like, imagine if you had to swim out into the ocean, right? But you know you have to save as much energy as possible to swim back to the shore, right?
Yeah.
So you're constantly thinking about, do I have enough energy to get back, right?
Wow.
And so that will is destroyed once they realize, man, I don't have enough energy to continue this.
Yeah, exactly. And I was, a while ago, me and a friend were just very lightly rolling, and I don't know how, but I had him in a triangle, and when he was breaking out of I had him in an armbar, and he was stacking me, he did something wrong, and I was like, oh, it was the first time I saw what Rob was talking about. Like, while he was stacking me, he gave me his arm. I was like, okay, it's triangle time.
Armbar, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't even remember how it just naturally made sense, but I'm like, this thing that Rob's been telling me all the time, I suddenly saw it. It's like, oh man, he literally said, oh man, I did it again. Because I guess he's been caught in that triangle armbar kind of sequence a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to do an omoplata or a gogoplata, so I don't know the third part of that sequence yet.
Oh, it's amazing. One of my favorite things is there's a gogoplata, which my favorite one was obviously Nick Diaz against I think it was Gomi in Pride. It was this crazy barn burner fight, man, back and forth. Everyone's just checking chins, just bam, 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 back and forth, and all of a sudden, Gomi gets rocked and he shoots in on Nick, and Nick falls back, and real tight guard, and he throws in a gogoplata, it's a chin choke, and Gomi has nowhere to go. He's just completely screwed. And that was, I think that was when that was when Nick really put himself on the map. Wow. I mean, he was well known before that, but that was I think that was such an impressive win. But yeah, it's a fun finish. The omoplata's a fun finish. There's a choke that you can get from the omoplata that I've gotten a couple black belts in that is just like one of my favorites because they're tough. People especially at the black belt level, people are really tough and they don't want to tap to an omoplata, and they know how to put their shoulder on the mat so that it's not so strained. And they're essentially waiting to roll out of the omoplata.
I see.
But their neck is exposed too, so you can go for it's a rear naked choke in combination with the omoplata.
Oh my goodness!
And it's like it's devastating. I think they call it an emanari.
Emanari.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just a really cool. It's just a really cool finish.
We'll have to get Rob to show that soon because we got mats now.
Yeah.
So
it's one of those It's one of those things where if you get caught in it, you're just like.
You're like okay.
This is it. You like good job, man. Checkmate. You won. You know?
Exactly. It's like, oh, I could choose to get choked to death, or I could choose to have my shoulder broken.
Yeah, it's like your arm is completely incapacitated and your neck is exposed, and it's over.
Yeah, wow, guys, this was Jerry and Rob fight commentary breakdowns. Thank you, Jonathan, and also Jorlan. Thank you, man. We don't know you, but if you want to reach out to us too, love to interview you.
Obviously, very good, fighting spirit in both guys.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much. More stuff from the Philippines to come, and if you guys want to see us, maybe we can even reach out to Love Handles and interview him. Love Handles, aka Sugar Ray Estroso. So Sugar Ray Estroso, if you see this, we love you. I know we kind of like poked fun at you in one of those videos, but it was all out of fun. So don't come and kill us. Have I showed you that video?
Not yet.
Okay, I have to show you that video. Okay, guys, this is Fight Commentary Breakdowns out.
Peace.